Welcome. It's January 2nd, 2025, and as we promised, we're going to keep building one project, one app every single day. Yesterday, we built the PDF chat app that runs locally on our computer using the Next.js framework. It worked enough, you know, it wasn't the most polished version, but we finished it in one day. Today, we're going to do is I was trying to think of ideas and I was kind of trying to make up ideas. I find myself trying to create. Uh, I thought to myself, instead of building something random, just that's not going to be useful to anyone, why not actually get feedback from the actual people out there, the actual business owners, the actual people who are looking for AI apps to actually help them within their business, their day-to-day lives. Uh, so I kind of thought to myself, where can I find such ideas? And well, sites like Upwork and Fiverr, where you can actually post projects and you can actually look at them, and they have a lot of details what people are looking for, how much are they willing to pay for it, and yeah, and what tech stack they want to use, and all that kind of info about their own project that they are looking to implement into their business. So it's like a gold mine if you're looking for ideas. So today I thought I will pick up one of those ideas and actually build a full app based on one of those projects. And let's see if we can do that within a few hours, if not within just one day. So that's the challenge. So yeah.
Alright guys, so I was, as I said, looking on Upwork for all the posted projects that are on here and trying to find, the project that is not, that will not take weeks to build, but still, pays decently and is going to be fun to build as well. So I came across this. By the way, this is a gold mine. If you're looking for projects, ideas to build that are actually real world feasible, that actually provide values to businesses, I mean, come over here and check them out. Try to build some of these. Even if you don't get the job, just build it for yourself, share it on your networks, and you will build a good skill set. I can assure you that. But anyway, so this one sounded interesting to me. They want to create custom GPTs for their business. So they want to create GPTs that can create LinkedIn posts for 3 of their clients, themselves, and a general GPT. The pay is $50 per GPT. So essentially, we have to build a system that we can provide previous LinkedIn posts to, and then it can take the user's idea, then hopefully create 2 or 3 best ways to create a post about it. After that, reference the user style from the previous posts, and then curates them and massages them, kind of turns them into the style of the user, and then spits out 2 or 3 best ideas to post that idea on LinkedIn. So that is what I have in my mind on how to kind of think about it and how to build it. Now, one thing is confusing is they said custom ChatGPT generators. So are they looking for GPTs within OpenAI ChatGPT, or are they looking for a custom website for themselves, or like it's not very clear. So that we can only get clear if we talk to this person. But yeah, I'm not gonna get into applying to the job and hopefully hearing back from them. So I'm just gonna take it on. What I'm making out of it is I'm gonna build a custom website using Next.js framework. So we'll learn something as well. And then I'm going to build an agentic system. So let me show you what I'm thinking. So first one will be, it will take in the user's idea, what they want to post. And it will kind of generate 2 to 3 best angles, or kind of best ways to post it on LinkedIn. So essentially, this would kind of before we just ask in the first query, just spit out a LinkedIn post for me. It's never a good idea because that's not going to be good content. So you should work with these language models step by step. Make sure the prompts are structured well, the flow is structured well, so the output you get is really good, really suited to what you're looking for. So this is the way to do. First, we will take in the user's idea. The GPT will then, create the structure and 2 or 3 best ways to kind of generate that post. Then it will go over here, it can either be a RAG component, or we will just feed the previous data from the past LinkedIn posts from our client into this module, and then this agent will kind of reference those posts. It will reference the ideas that this agent created, which are 2 or 3 best angles to generate that post, and combine them and spit out the best 2 or 3. We're going to do best 3 ways it can be posted on LinkedIn, and it would still look very personalized by the user. So that's my idea. So this will just be curate the post in the user's style, best suited for LinkedIn. There you go. And then it should kind of spit out the final post right here. So final post. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. What I'm thinking is I'm going to write a product requirement document with the help of Cursor AI, build this whole web app using Next.js framework, so we can learn something as well on the way. The easier way would be to build just a Streamlit or a Gradio UI. Maybe we can try that as well if Next.js gets too complicated sometimes. So let's see. Let's just start on it. I'm gonna talk to maybe ChatGPT's O1 or Claude 3.5 Sonnet about which way is the best way to pursue this. So yeah, it's always good to kind of layer ideas like this so you have a clear understanding of what you're building. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start on it. Alright guys, so I screenshotted my workflow that I think I should implement in this project, as well as I screenshotted the project, and I asked Claude 3.5. I gave it all the details what I'm thinking, how maybe we should try to build it. It's spitting out code for some reason, but I just asked it for advice, like what does it think, what are its thoughts about it, and it's already starting to create a UI for me right here. We're gonna try it if it works. And it's actually pretty good. Look at that. It took it like 4 seconds to create this. I mean, it's not a personal style of the user, but it's damn good. Wow. Okay. So yeah, that was kind of humiliating for me. Not humiliating, but humbling for me. Soon, we won't even need developers. You can just talk to AI and it will just give you a full-fledged website. Alright guys, so I found this creator on LinkedIn, just some random creator who is posting in text as well as in images. So I'm gonna copy their link and try to extract their posts for our example. And so this person is posting text as well as some pictures as well. So that's actually a good strategy. We will try to soon integrate that into our agent as well. So it can kind of create an image file as well of just a summary or just image with the text that can complement this post that we are posting, the long text post. But for now, we're gonna extract their text. So for that, what we need to do is go to their profile. We're going to copy their URL, go to our Rapid API, where we're going to be using a LinkedIn data scraper, which is this one, fresh LinkedIn profile data. and we are going to post their link right here, and we're going to run a request. I requested for 100, which means 50 pages, but it only gave me back like 50 of the posts, because on the free tier you can only get that, which is okay. 50 are enough to get the style of posting from someone. So yeah, so we have all these posts right here in this JSON file. Now what we're going to do is extract that. For that I am thinking of using OpenAI. Let's see. So we have it in JSON, and we have it raw, we have it in form of headers. Okay, we have the headers, we have the JSON. We're going to copy, we're going to paste it right here. Yeah. And what key do we want to extract from this JSON, right? That's what we will tell it. Okay, so let's see. Text. I'll just give it a screenshot. Not O1, we just I think for O will be enough. And screenshot, and we'll just talk to it. Above are some of the LinkedIn posts I scraped off. They are still in JSON format. I want you to help me extract the text key from this JSON file. I have attached an image where it shows how the text key and value looks like, and where they are located within the JSON. So please understand it from the image, and then extract all the text values, compile them together into a markdown document, and give me back that document. Only stop once you have fully gone through all of these and gathered all the text keys. And make sure to name them LinkedIn post 1, LinkedIn post 2, LinkedIn post 3, like that, because they are LinkedIn posts. And give me back actually a JSON format with just the LinkedIn posts and their texts. Okay, so we are asking it to essentially extract, kind of convert this into another JSON where there will be just the LinkedIn posts. It's asking me. I'm having so much trouble recently with ChatGPT. It's asking, what can I assist you with? Okay, I'm going to just ask it again. It's running some code. Okay, so this GPT-4o has become just so useless. So we're going to go back to cloud. Okay. And we are gonna just paste our JSON below too. So what we're gonna do is, where is our JSON? So Rapid API right here. We're gonna copy this. And we're gonna paste it right here. And we are also going to. Okay, that should be it. Cloud 3.5 Sonnet does a much better job most of the time. So let's see if we can get the file, or we might have to use some else technique to extract that. It's not that hard. Alright, so it says it has extracted. And there is, this is JSON. Okay. So, and we are just going to copy this right here. And we are going to new file. posts.json, and we're gonna paste those in here. Okay. Yeah, so it's got some problems because of the apostrophe and everything. But it should be fine. And yeah, it's not in a... It hasn't really separated the posts as well. But let's see. Okay. Alright, I want to now give it this JSON file. Hopefully, if we can. I don't know why it's not letting me. Okay, we'll just give it. Okay, so I have now copied and pasted these extracted LinkedIn posts into one file. I have named it lposts.json, and I have saved it within the folder. Now I think I'm ready to begin. I just want to clarify that we are not going to use the scraping within our project. I already scraped the posts, and we're going to use these scraped posts stored in a file and give our agentic structure, or one of the agent, specifically the last one, I think it's going to be this file or these posts in context, so it can learn the patterns from them. So yeah, the hybrid approach that you suggested, where we were going to give it the posts and it's going to learn the style. So this is where it will get the post from. So please guide me on how should I save these posts. Is it correct that I'm posting these in a JSON file, or should I post them, save them in a text file? What is the best way to go about it? And then also revise the product requirement document, a product requirement document relevant to whatever we end up doing with this file, so we have the correct information in there on how to build this whole system. Okay, so yeah, it might look like we are making it a bit too complicated. We can just copy and posts a few LinkedIn posts in the prompt, but we are trying to build a system here that we can scale up as well when we get more posts, which in the real world scenario we won't have 20 something posts. We will be extracting hundreds of them. So we want to have a system that we can scale. And if this hybrid approach doesn't give us good results, we are probably going to end up using RAG, retrieval augmented generation, to get the valid context, learn the styles from the posts, and then it can create personalized posts. So okay, so it's giving me the updated PRD. This is the final one, and it's telling me okay, so it says JSON is fine. Okay, there you go. Okay, so what we're going to do now, so we're going to copy this final product requirement document, paste it in there, copy this time, okay, and then we're going to begin our project. So let's begin. So we will initialize the Next.js project with the shadcn. It works pretty well. Shadcn is a UI library, if you aren't aware so far. It's used to build UI components for Node.js, Next.js frameworks. Okay, so we'd say yes. What would we name it? It's going to be LinkedIn post gen Okay, and yeah, that's what we will name our project. And it's creating the files in here. So it created LinkedIn post gen. It's going to create the whole structure of a Next.js project. And after that's done, we will use this command, which will add the components. So all the UI components that you see on websites, most of them are here, which we will use with AI to create our website. So it will have this kind of library of components, and then it will pick and choose and design our UI according to how we want it. Anyway, I'll let it run. It might take a few minutes. Alright, so the project structure has been created. Now we gotta choose a bunch of other things like the style. So we can choose New York, gray, yes, and now it's gonna run again, create the CSS components. Just creating these CSS variables for theming right now. And yeah, that might take another minute to run. Alright guys, so that ran through. Everything's been created. Now we're going to add the components, add this command, and it will ask us which components should we create out of all these. So for now, I'm just going to select all and choose. And oh, so we made a mistake again. So before doing this, you want to make sure that you are actually inside your project. So right now I'm inside the parent folder. My cursor is not opened inside the project folder, which is our LinkedIn style, LinkedIn style post gen, or whatever, LinkedIn post gen. So yeah, so before doing that, we're gonna press no, and then we're gonna go and we're gonna move inside. So cd LinkedIn post gen. Now we're inside there, and now I'm gonna name this. And to install all the components, again we are going to select all of them. For this case, hit enter. Now it will install all of these. It will create a components folder here. Alright guys, so that's been created as well. You can see the components folder right here. So right here, it's got all the components. Ideally you wouldn't need all of them, but I'm just trying to move as fast as possible here. And over here, what I'm going to do, okay, so we're going to just bring our instructions folder inside there. Yes, there you go. And you kind of want to open the Cursor projects within that folder as well. So now I'm going to save everything. I'm going to again open folder and actually open the cursor within this project. So right now we're in the root folders. Okay, there you go. So now we are in there. We have our instructions right here, and open your terminal, and you're ready to begin. So with the help of aiagents, we will try to code this as fast as possible. So now what I'm going to do, first, let's go through our instructions. So it tells it that, we want this app, and what do you want it to do. This is the tech stack, and then we have our code components. Okay, so we're going to go to phase 1. We should have kind of polished this much more, but yeah, we're trying to get it done as quickly, remember. So we're going to open our composer, Control L, go to composer, select our agent, and we are hooking up this instructions file here. So I'm gonna just rename this. Remove the copy. There we go. Okay. So let's start to build this project according to the instructions file. Let's implement the phase 1 and build it step by step. Then we're just gonna attach this. I don't know why it put 1 to 2 days, 2 to 3 days here. We're trying to get it done within hours. Yeah, you're gonna submit it, and that will start our agent. So we will let it run through, let it build the UI components, and then we will have at least a working app ready with the UI, and then we'll build on top of that. Alright guys, so the first agent command ran through. It created a UI, it's saying, and we're going to test it now. So this is what it did. It created the post type interface in posts.ts file. You can check it out here, and there's right here. And then it implemented the post loader class. It created a sample post data. Okay, it created a sample data right now. We're going to tell it that we have the data. Okay. Update the main page to use the post loader. View the main page with cleaning UI, and okay, so we're gonna try to run it how it looks. So we're gonna save, and we're gonna run npm run dev. Let's see how it looks so far. It's gonna be a basic UI. Here we go. So you're just gonna open this local host URL in your browser. It will compile in a few seconds. And we also have to tell it that we have the data already here. So yeah, we'll attach that in there. Okay. Okay, the UI is working for now. It's very basic, but that's a start. I also attached a file called lposts.json, which actually contains the components of the LinkedIn posts that we will be using to, use that pattern to generate the final posts. Please make sure you're using this file within your code, or if you want me to manipulate this file in any other format or any other way, please feel free to help me do that as well. If that suits the implementation in our project and it makes it easier and much more better, please feel free to do that and help me with that as well. So let's move ahead and make sure you understand all of this. And then once you do, and once you have figured out that these are the posts we are going to be using for our reference posts to, create the final posts in this pattern, in this kind of style, then you can help me to maybe transform these in whatever format you like or make any changes to them. And then once that's finalized, then we will move ahead and implement the phase 2 from our and then you can step by step guide me if you need to change the structure of the posts or change the format of the file that we want to use, or anything you want to change. If you need them in a different format or different style to be better used and implemented in your project, you will help me do that. And once all that is done, we will move ahead to phase 2 and start implementing that step by step. Then we will submit it, and yeah, so we are trying to get it done quickly here, as you can see. So there, Okay. Okay, so it's recommending me to kind of modify and modify the file to analyze the patterns more effectively. So let's it's saying let's modify the metadata. I think it might kind of classify them within certain categories so that we can later reference them. So right now it's updating the whole file. Okay, so it has enhanced that. Now we are ready to move to phase 2, which is style analysis. And this is doing pretty good pattern detection here. Continue with all the remaining LinkedIn post that are converted to a new format. Okay, let's see what it has done. So we're going to go here. So I think it just enhanced this one. Right? First one, I think. I'm not sure which one it did. Yeah, post one, right? I didn't really save it, so accept. Still trying to see where it. Oh, so it's creating its own file in there. That's great. Okay. Let me see if it's taking the whole thing. That's very good. The only thing I noticed in your the file that you created, you did not take the whole content maybe from the original post, or did you do that and am I missing something? So please analyze that and make sure you're taking in the whole content, because we want to have the full original post in there. And other than that, it looks great. And please make sure you go through all the posts and add them to your file according to that. And once that's finished, I will see if it looks good, and then we will move ahead. Okay, so I've given it instructions again. So it's good. You get to play manager and you get to control your agent. As long as you're not slacking off, you're not looking elsewhere while it's working, you will do good. But yeah, it's still not simple. You can still get caught in loops if you're not paying attention. So see, it agreed with me. You're right that it didn't include the original post. So you have to keep checking its work. It's not perfect at all. So right now it's gonna create all the posts in its own way over here, and we will let it run. So remember guys, this is a very important step, because this is why we are building this application, is to kind of recognize the style and the pattern of how the user posts, and then create LinkedIn posts, but in the personalized way of the client that the user wants, right? So this part of data curation is the most important, and you have to do it well. So that's why I'm taking my time here. Even though this is still a very basic MVP, we might have to improve it further if we get into production, but it's just a process of how you should think about this, because this will make or break whatever you're building. So pay close attention, spend some time on this process wherever you are dealing with data, because it's going to be the heart of your application. So that's done. As you can see, we are post 28 right here. So I'm going to accept all these changes, and now we will move on to the next step, which will be I'll first just read what it says. So it added some metadata which it thinks would be better for recognizing patterns. And so now we will add, we'll start implementing the style analyzer service. Alright, good job. So now let's start to implement the style analyzer service. I just want to make sure understand where are we at this point in our agentic process in the backend. So we are first receiving the query from the user, what they want to post about, and then the second agent will kind of break it down and produce 2 or 3 best structure or best posts for LinkedIn based on that query, and then it will go to another agent which will use this pattern recognition from or the style recognition from all these posts that we have in our data, and use this style to create the final posts based on the input from the previous agent as well. So that's kind of what I have in mind, and please confirm that this is the same thing that was in the product requirement document. That's the instruction files attached. And if it is the same, then let's make me understand where we are in this process and if it makes sense to implement the style analyzer service as our next step, or if not, then step-by-step guide me what do you think would be the right thing to implement next. But we have to make sure we take small steps, keep testing it at every step so nothing breaks down. And yeah, so let's take an approach of step-by-step analysis and implementation like a full stack experienced software developer. There you go. So I just want to make sure we are not rushing in. It's a relatively simple application to build, but within the Next.js framework, you want to make sure that you are taking it step by step, slow, small steps. Okay, yeah, so it agrees. So okay, sounds good. So let's go ahead and implement the style analyzer service as specified in the PRD. Okay, so now we will let our agent implement that, and we are watching it right here render in real time. So we will improve the UI later. Let's first implement the functionality. Alright guys, so it ran through that, and it took quite a bit of time. It kept running into an error, so I asked it to kind of run tests at each point of implementation to keep testing it if the implementation is working, and it did that, and it kept on improving and correcting itself until we got this to run correctly, and then we have that service, the style analyzer service, implemented. So yeah, the lesson to take away from here is always take it step by step. Always make sure you're testing after each step. So you can ask it explicitly in the prompts to keep testing the functionalities implementing after each step to make sure that's working. And yeah, keep an eye on it. That's it. So keep managing it, keep a close eye on it. It's working. Do not go to the kitchen and let it run. That will make sure you get stuck in the loop. So anyway, we'll move to the next process now, which is our phase 3, which is going to be the generation pipeline. So we look at that. This should take 2-3 days. This should take 1 or 2 days. So we are already 5 days. It's passed, and we are here. We did that in 1.5 hours, I think. That's incredible. Anyway, so let's move ahead to that. Alright, so we are ready to now integrate the phase 3. But again, we want to make sure we are implementing it step by step intelligently and testing it at each step. If you need my help to test it in the browser, please ask me, but we got to make sure we're testing it so we find any errors or any breakdowns before we implement a whole bunch of things and we end up with a whole lot of mess. So please intelligently, with a step-by-step intelligent plan like a full stack experienced software developer, let's implement this phase. I wrote phase. Alrighty, there we go. So this will implement our pipeline now in the backend, our agent pipeline. So the query will come to the first agent, which will break it down and kind of give us 3 best tweet structures, LinkedIn post structures. Then it will go to the third agent, which will have the pattern or style recognition, and it will, spit out those posts in our style, and then we can pick and choose which one we like the best. So there you can see it running, creating all the code. I just want to make sure it's testing at every point, so I'll keep an eye on it. And yeah, we'll be back. So a prime example of as I was running it, it's you can see right here it's testing it, and we find the error right here, and it's fixing it right there and then. I don't have to separately run the server again, test it out, get frustrated, and copy and paste back the error. So that's the good thing about doing this. So now it's giving me a script again to test the generation. So let's see. That's the good thing, to catch the errors right here. Okay. Okay, so it has set up the basic structure, that's what it says. Alright guys, so we have implemented our post generator completely, at least the backend functionality. So now when you give it an idea, it runs through these steps and it generates 3 posts based on your style. And it also gives you a score. Now I'm kind of refining the UI. As you can see, we are working on polishing the UI now. So then I'm gonna, once the UI is kind of finalized, then I'm gonna add some more functionality to it. For example, you can click on buttons here, and it can just generate variations of that post according to that. So if you want the length to be shorter, or if you want the style to be a little bit more towards a certain emotion or certain kind of tone, it can do that as well. So that would be the next improvements. But yeah, it's working right now, and yeah, we implemented this within a couple of hours, which is pretty good. And yeah, now I'm also going to deploy it, because I want to learn how to deploy these on the web, and maybe we can kind of apply to that Upwork job that we actually created it for. So let's see if I get that. Alright guys, so again, still polishing the UI. I'm just talking to it, and this part I really like. It's really fun to kind of play around with the UI, tell it to make changes, and just talk to it. It's like having a developer work for you while you just watch your website get built. Let's see what we get. So I've just asked it to generate a different kind of background for the website, so it's not just all white. And this is kind of the advantage of using Next.js, the customization it provides you. Especially with the UI. Instead of if I had gone with a Grady or Streamlit app, it would be just a plain color looking. But yeah, the main thing matters is the functionality, but it's nice to have a good UI. So I'm just going to play around with it for a little bit and see what we can get it to look like. Kind of. Let's see. So right now it's downloading files, that it can put in the background. It's doing all sort of work. This is the agentic system that really works well. Alright guys, so I am now improving the back end of it. So I am adding these kind of presets here, so a person can select what kind of tone they want in their post. If they want any particular style, or if they want any particular length that they're thinking about, and any emotion they want in the post. So we can get more tailored posts and give more control to the user what kind of posts they want to generate. So right now my agent is working to integrate that functionality in here. and we'll see how that works out. And then we're going to include some more functionality on the output side as well. Once we get the output, we're going to include some functionality so a person can maybe play around with that and give some more presets to kind of maybe subtly change it to whatever they like. So let's see how it turns out. So finally guys, our LinkedIn post generator is complete. You can see the UI right here. Over here you can select different styles that you want to generate your LinkedIn post in, and over here you give it the idea, what you have in mind, maybe a reference or something, and then you click on, so yeah, I'll just post about the new year 2025. So you can select personal experience, you can select what kind of tone you want, inspirational, motivational, you can select if it's engaging, persuasive, informative, and then you click on generate. Then it will go through this process of our agents working together. And it will kind of personalize that LinkedIn post as per your style as well. So how it works in the background is, you can see here on the left hand bottom side, it's selecting the most similar LinkedIn posts from the dataset, and it's providing those posts into the Next agent, which creates personalized posts about your topic and all these pre-select components that you choose from here. And it's then spitting out those kind of personalized tweets that it made. So here we selected 300 to 500 characters, personal experience, kind of inspirational, motivational tone, and engaging intent. So here we go. So I think the length wise it's pretty well. It gave us, I think, 3. Yeah, I think these are all pretty good. So you can see, like, from personal experience, these are like, you know, like this is kind of personal story, right? I was once told you're too young to be a manager, you lack experience. I was stung, I was hurt, but I didn't. Like, you know, it's getting what we're saying. Right? I mean, yeah, I like it. It's kept the length as well. It's hadn't made it too long. It's kind of engaging as well, and it's a bit inspirational as well. So, yeah, very good. There can be much more polishing to do in the backend to improve the quality. Right now, we only have like 28 example posts that we are using to, you know, kind of copy the personality, and they're not. The quality of the posts they're kind of generic. I think the creator we took those posts from uses AI as well to generate their posts. So, but if someone has their own style, their own unique personal kind of writing style, it can copy it pretty well, and you can see the effect once you try it. So I'm going to post this on GitHub. I'm going to attach the link in the description below. So feel free to experiment with the code yourself if you want to. You can make a lot more improvements on it if you have much more time. I'm kind of limiting myself to doing one in one day. So yeah. Anyway, we're going to apply with this kind of demo on that Upwork job as well. And we're going to see if we hear back. That's good. If we don't, we move ahead and build another one tomorrow. So follow me if you like this content. If you want to keep building, keep learning, follow along with my journey, and let's build something great together. Thank you for watching, and bye.